Happy New Year. It's 2024 and G&W is back and better than ever. Did you miss us?
I sure hope so, because we're here to talk about all the biggest games coming out in 2024, everything that we're looking forward to. So buckle in, because we're back, baby. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming News Weekly. It's the new year, baby. We're refreshed. We're ready to talk games. My name is Erock the Red, joined every single week by this man right here. FullClip, what's happening, dude? How are you?
Doing good. As I was telling you before the show, just happy to have had some time off for the holidays. I can't wait to get into what I've been playing because it's consumed my life for the past week.
Oh, I like this little teaser. How was your holidays? How was your Christmas? Enjoyable?
Pretty good. You know, I got to see family. I'm getting to the stage in life where it's like fewer and fewer people are showing up every year. But those of us who do, we're still enjoying it. So it's fine. I'll keep doing it for a while.
Very nice. Did Santa bring you anything nice?
Yeah, a few nice little things. I got a teak wood cookware set, like cooking utensils and stuff like that, because I use a lot of cast iron and restore a lot of vintage cast iron. I need something that's not going to like crumble off into the food like plastic will.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you got to treat all that. Treat it real nice.
Yeah, that's all new to me, but I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
It's been very enjoyable. Just like, my kid is 5, so there's a lot of just shit evereverywher.
Yeah,
we've been doing a lot of Lego. We've been doing a lot of Lego this year. We put together, this Lego Minecraft. A lot of Lego Minecraft up in here. So yeah, it has just been lots of Lego. But I got a lot of gaming in as well. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about. But I want to hear what you've been teasing.
All right, so. I've been off for like 2 weeks, and week 1 was all Lego Fortnite, speaking of Lego. I just been really into that, and I got my village up to like level 10. I still haven't explored much of like the ice biome, and mainly because I also got my wife into the game, and she's loving it for those same reasons that she liked Animal Crossing and stuff like that, and a little bit of Valheim we played together. So that survival aspect, it's just a good mashup of games, and I like where it's going. But that was only the first week. The second week, I think it was the day after Christmas, I discovered, first of all, I saw these ads for like No Pixel 4.0 that was coming out, which is a whole Grand Theft Auto 5 role-playing thing. And I started looking more into it, and I don't even know if that one's accessible, but it led me down the rabbit hole, and I found Grand RP, which is a Grand Theft Auto 5 online multiplayer role-play experience, where you have like 1,300 people in the server at a time, and it just changes the game entirely. And it's consumed me. I've already put like 47 some hours into it.
So what have you been role playing? Do you have an occupation in this world?
You can do a lot of different things, and I mean, it's insane. I could spend 30 minutes talking about this, so I'll try to keep it brief. But you've got all kinds of jobs, like electrician. You can be the guy who goes around the city and picks up trash. You can be a fireman. That's been making me a lot of money recently.
Really?
You can go do lumberjack stuff. And it's like, it's not just superficial. It is the stores in the game, like a clothing store, for instance, is owned by another player. They've invested their money into it. And that store runs out of clothes if people aren't doing the trucker job to bring clothes to that store. Same for gas stations and everything else. And when you see another car, there are 0 NPCs in this game except for a few that stand around key places. So when you see other people on the road, you see truckers, firefighters and stuff like that. Those are real people like doing their job.
That sounds awesome. This sounds crazy. I'm excited. Do you put any videos out of you playing this?
I haven't. There's some like strange rules in there where you're not allowed to use OBS to do it, but I think people stream this. I got to do some reading before I can.
Interesting, dude. I'm very intrigued. That sounds really, really cool. You could have just bought the entire source code of GTA 5 for $2,000.
Yeah, that leaked.
Yeah, that would have been cool too. But whatever. yeah, this sounds amazing. Like, what are some other can you be? I think I've seen someone be like police before. Like, is that a thing that you could be in this?
Yeah. So I think that's like a higher level thing, and that's where you really need to have some role playing skills that I don't think I have right now. Because a lot of it is scripted in, so you can actually go up to people and arrest them, and all kinds of things. I mean, I've had some run-ins with the law. Luckily, I've not gone to jail or anything yet.
That's good. That's good.
I got to say that it was like 20 hours into the game before I ever had a gun. So this flips Grand Theft Auto on its head. It is not the game that you think it would be.
Yeah, you're just living your life out there, stopping fires and picking up trash or whatever. That's amazing. Let's see, what did I get into? I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, mostly the Battle Royale and a little of the Fortnite Festival and the music thing. A lot of House Flipper 2, still flipping houses, still breaking ships, doing all those things when I need some downtime. But I started a game that I got in the Humble Choice last month, maybe 2 months ago, The Legend of Tian Ding. It's like a side-scrolling, I don't know if it's a Metroidvania. I've played it for like 4 hours, and it's more just like a side-scrolling, like beat 'em up type thing, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying that. I bought a bunch of games in the Steam Winter Sale. Haven't really started those. So yeah, I've just been playing like a bunch of random stuff here and there. But yeah, and then like my son's been playing a lot of just more random stuff, like a lot of Minecraft, a lot of Lego Fortnite. So that's been, so yeah, it's been good. It's been really enjoyable, really relaxing. But yeah, I'm excited. There's a bunch of games that I'm looking forward to starting some point. So I just want to finish some games first and then jump into some of my new ones. But I'll report back as those start kicking off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you grab any of these free Epic games that have been changing daily?
I didn't. I kept thinking about it, and everybody like on the subreddits are like, just get them. They're free. And I'm like, my backlog is insane right now that for me to like do the workaround to get the games to play in Steam through my Steam Deck, like I don't think I would rather just play like a game that I have that I bought and it's just there. So none of them have been like amazing where I'm like, I need to get it. Because if they had been, if there was like something that was on my wish list, I probably would have, but there really hasn't. So I did not. What about you?
Yeah, there have been a few that I feel like if I get bored enough, I'll go back and play. Like today's was Saints Row, I guess the newest one that came out. Well, and it was like notoriously a bad game, so I don't know.
It might be fun to check out for sure. I mean, it literally like it forced the closure of an entire company, so might be worth checking out. Yeah. But yeah, no, I did not. So I'm just looking ahead. So we didn't have a show last week, so a lot of stuff happened. We're not even gonna talk about all the leaks and data breaches. Bobby Kotick we don't even have to talk about Bobby Kotick anymore. That's exciting. We're not going to talk about that. This is our look ahead. This is a very special episode of Gaming News Weekly. This is our look ahead to 2024. Brand new year on the horizon, and all the biggest games, the games that we're most looking forward to, what's coming out. So that's what we're going to do. We're not even looking back. We're done looking back. Straight ahead, baby. And there's no new releases.
Yeah, not for a while either.
No, not.
I was going to ask, like, so for the games looking ahead in 2024, when you approached this list, was it all from memory, or did you have to go and look up like a list? Because I definitely had to go look up what in the world is actually, what's actually supposed to come out in 2024. Because some things, like GTA 6, I'm looking forward to the trailer in 2024.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely I think it's a much weaker year than last year, which is fine. Like, this is the year that we all get caught up on our backlog, There's still some bangers coming out for sure, don't get me wrong, but it's not like last year where every couple weeks there was like a game that you had to play, But that being said, there's a couple they're in my mind that I'm excited for, and then a few that I had to like, okay, is that game supposed to come out this year? Because you never really know,
yeah. And I have to say, it's really, really front loaded with what's been announced, like January, February, March, maybe into April, and then we just don't have a lot. So if we were to do this in a couple months when more release dates come out, these lists might be very different.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we'll see what is planned. But should we get into it? Let's talk about our most anticipated games of 2024. You want to kick things off, or should I start?
Yeah, I'll see your format here. Try to pick up on it.
All right. I'm just gonna go. So all my games, most of my games that are coming out have release dates. So I'm gonna go in order of release here for myself personally, and I'm gonna kick things off with Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Now I know you're all thinking, what is he thinking? Don't we hate this game? Aren't we supposed to shit all over this game? I don't feel that way. I disagree with that. This is supposed to come out February 2nd from Rocksteady, the people that did the Arkham games. And I'm excited for it. I've been excited. We've talked about it many, many times. I love the idea of this team, this character group. It looks funny. The story looks great. But yeah, there's been heavy criticism right from the start of it being a live service game and not a focus on the storytelling. But they've also said, no, that's not true. Like, we have, sure, this battle pass or whatever, but it's like just to change the way these characters look and like all this stuff. And they're going to be offering free content and new characters and all this stuff. Like, they're really trying, Rocksteady that is really trying to like get us to be like, okay, we heard you and we're working on things. But I'm excited. The gameplay looks dope. I know that's another criticism that people have is that the gameplay, it's like shooting and flying and swinging and stuff like that, which doesn't seem to fit the characters. But like I've seen a lot of gameplay footage, and there's a whole scene at the beginning of the game that explains why this happens. And it looks, there's this ton of verticality where you're at the top of buildings, you're on the ground, and like you could go up and down. Everything looks funny about it. And then to boot, you got Kevin Conroy's final performance as Batman to like just kind of bam, put another whole pin in that joint. So yeah, I'm excited. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, February 2nd. Not too far. That's not,
Yeah.
I feel like we've been talking about that for a long time, and we're just about a month away.
Yeah, and if there's anything from your top 5 list that I almost put on my own, it's going to be this one. I'm not a huge like comic book fan or DC fan, but I like the concept of this. Like the good guys have been corrupted. Now you're the bad guys having to be the good guys. Yeah, which I guess that's the whole Suicide Squad premise and pretty much everything. Right,
and now it's flipped. So yeah, it's I like that, and I'm hopeful that they do it well because the story is going to be the thing that keeps me in there. I'm sure the gameplay is going to be good based on the Arkham games. That gameplay is dope, but the story is going to be the thing that really like keeps me in there and in the characters and stuff like that. So yeah, here's all do. Fingers crossed that that it's a decent game.
Yeah.
All right, give me one of yours.
Yeah, I'll hit you with one here. Okay, so I'll go in order of release as well, except for this one because it's to be announced as far as I can tell. Star Wars Outlaws. So this one's going to be not so different from the Star Wars games that are already out, as I understand it, but I haven't played those. Like Jedi Survivor, I guess it's going to be a little different from those. This one is like one of those gritty side stories, and we've talked about this in the past. I like those gritty side stories set in Star Wars, even though I'm not the hugest fan of Star Wars either. I loved like Solo, I loved Mandalorian, and I just binged... I want to say Archibald, but that's not it. Andor. That one.
Andor. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like that's the kind of Star Wars that I like. Not the Jedi stuff, like the stuff like this. I'm totally with you there.
Yeah, this sort of builds that universe, and I feel like it's almost going to play more like a movie, which is not what I want in a game necessarily, but this is supposed to be like open world action adventure. So I'm down for it. I would like to try it out if I can just see a little bit more about it.
Yeah. For what I like about this one is definitely up there for me as well, because same thing as you. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, but this looks dope. The only thing that for me the game, a lot of it is stealth-based gameplay, and that's like a turn-off for me. But the gameplay that I watched, when it breaks out of that stealth-based formula and it goes to that gunplay, it's really well done. It's like cover-based gunplay where all these different guns. You have that little guy, that little six-legged creature, Nyx or whatever. He's adorable. So yeah, it looks fun, man. I watched. I don't know, it was maybe like a 20-minute gameplay thing of it not too long ago. And just the way, like, you got to bribe people, like, your reputation with the gangs goes up and down. And then on top of that, it had, like, these dope, like, space ship battles. You know, yeah. It's like, I'm like, this game has everything. It's really impressive. So, and it's an Ubisoft game, so we'll see, we'll see how that goes. But, they're on the come up after Avatar. They're making it happen. Yeah, that one it's up on my list. That's probably my top 10. That's Star Wars Outlaws, and I'm hopeful that one again gets some good reviews and isn't a stinker. All right, next up for me, February 13th, Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden comes out. Now this one, it was not on my radar at all until the Game Awards, and then they showed this trailer, and I'm like, okay, this looks dope. It's got ghosts. It's got a love story. It's got ghost hunting. It's done by Don't Nod, great studio. And then the more I started looking at it, I was like, okay, so it's this horror / action role-playing game where you have to find these ghosts, and you play as either a ghost or a person, and you have to like either banish them to hell or ascend them to heaven. And these are the choices you make in the game. And the choices you make reflect on if you can bring your lover, who is the ghost, back to life. So like these people, like either they did something bad and you want to banish them to hell or give them a second chance. And like, it looks so cool. The story looks awesome. The action scenes look great. Like there's the way you could jump between the living person and the ghost and do different things, and there's all these different problems you have to solve. Like, hey, like there's this ghost over here that's doing something, and you have to like figure out why it's doing it and try to like solve it. It's not just like fighting and stuff like that. So I guess there's like 5 completely different endings that you could get in this game too. So I'm excited for it. It came out of nowhere, and I'm like, it's very high up on my list right now.
Yeah, the trailer really helped sell me on this one, the one that we saw at Game Awards. It looks cool. Like, I like there's a line in there because I think that this lover ghost girl may start as alive, but then dies somewhere in the story. That's what I gleaned from the trailer. And she has this line of like, either accept my death or bring me back, but don't leave me in this state.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the other cool thing. That's why I think this is great. The story is so you're a ghost hunter, and now she becomes the thing that they've been hunting their whole lives, And yeah, you have the ability to bring them back, but at what cost? So I'm like, this one, again, the story looks paramount. The gameplay is going to be a big will we, won't we type thing on if this is going to be a pickup or not. It's going to have to have some fun gameplay that separates it from everything else. And I do believe that it will, just based on the few trailers that I've seen. So, February 13th.
Coming out just a few days later, February 16th. Fingers crossed this comes out. Skull and Bones.
Yeah, I believe it when I see it.
Right. And, man, the new trailer looks good, but it was only cinematic. I don't know if we've ever had gameplay of this. And that's only 2 months away.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be, I don't know. Again, it's a believe it when I see it type thing. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, this could be an awesome game. Yeah. I just don't know what has delayed it for so long. If it's something huge that's going to make this not an awesome game.
Right. And it's been stuck in development hell. I just hope that it comes out the other end of that as a good game that people can look forward to, because ever since Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, this like naval battles have been something people just crave to be done right. And of course they've kept that alive in the following Assassin's Creed games, but there's there's only so much you can play that same thing over and over and over again before that gets a little stale. And to give the pirate theme on it, we have Sea of Thieves, but that's a little cartoony. So Skull and Bones seems to take itself a little more seriously, at least in these trailers we've seen so far. So I'm hoping that, first of all, it comes out, and second of all, hope it's good.
Yeah. This was another one where like I never really had much interest in it until I watched like a deep dive of it and saw that what it is, where you start with nothing and you have to like put together a ship and then like kind of slowly build into a larger ship and with a bigger crew, and then ultimately become like a pirate king, and then have like your whole like smuggling empire, where instead of like going out and finding things, people are coming to you and being like, here's a job, take this, do this. So yeah, there's a lot that I'm excited to see with this when it does finally come out. I want to know like how much PvP is there, because it's a lot of it is just story. It's just you're playing, but like I saw you could shoot like a flare in the air or whatever, and people that are in the area could come help you and split the bounty or whatever. And then you could get attacked. But I want to know how much of that there is. And then the other thing, and I don't believe they have it because I haven't seen it in any of the trailers, but like how dope would it be if you could like, as you're fighting these, like board other people's ships and then do like hand-to-hand combat? Like, I don't know if that's a thing, but like that would be awesome. That would sell it for me. If like you could like fight a ship and then like jump on them and like take their shit. I don't know. That sounds great though. But
yeah, I'm hopeful. The
Yeah.
biggest thing for me to separate it from like Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Stars, I would like to see some sort of like on-ship matchmaking, because with Sea of Thieves, you like have to run with a consistent crew or go find people in the world, and I don't think I'm ever going to find like 3 friends to help me run the ship constantly. Sure. So if you do become like your king of the pirates and you've got the huge ship, you're going to need like a 30-man crew to run it. There should be some sort of like matchmaking that just puts those people on your ship, and like automatically. And then if you don't like them or they're not pulling their weight, make them walk the plank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think this one differs from Sea of Thieves is that I think you can opt to play like solo entirely and have AI people run the ship. I don't know in what capacity or like how it works, but I did pick up, because otherwise I'd be out. Like, yeah, there's no way I'm getting like a whole group of people to like play this game with me. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this is. And then there's sea monsters, right? Like, so that's cool. You can fight sea monsters. All right, next up for me, Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out March 21st. This is the new game from Capcom. Basically, it's like more kind of like Baldur's Gate. It's that high fantasy where you can play this game however you would like. Now, this is not a turn-based game. It's an action role-playing game. But it's an open-world fantasy game. It looks beautiful. It's like such a beautiful-looking game. And then there's different ways you can do it. So you play as a character called an Arisen, and you can pick the type of character you are. And that's one thing that sold me. This huge character creator thing where it's like photorealistic, everything. They're really selling this character creator. And like, I'm going to spend like 12 hours making my character. It's going to be like that. But then on top of it, so then you got to pick like a class or a vocation. And there's all these different vocations that you could choose from. There's like this hybrid Mystic Knight, which I'm already pretty sold on. But then you have to create one of your pawns, which are these 3 AI characters that you have with you. You create one that's always with you, and then you find others as you play the game. And just that alone sounds so cool. And then I'm watching the gameplay, and like the fighting looks awesome. The magic looks great. The whole world is huge. And the world building, as far as the other characters in the game, like there's this war between these like rivals that is going on, and you have to like everything about it just looks like Baldur's Gate, but more of like an action role-playing game spin on it. So right there, I was like, bam, take my money. So That one's not far off either. March.
Yeah, that should make some people happy, because a lot of the criticism a lot of people have that I read about Baldur's Gate 3 is that they just can't get into the CRPG style.
Yeah,
and I'll admit it was the first I've ever played of a CRPG.
Yeah. Oh, it's so different, right? This one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks fun to have this really dope looking action role playing game with very similar vibes. So yeah, I'm excited.
All right, February 22nd, Nightingale. You remember this one?
I did, yes. I forgot about it until I saw your list. I was like, Nightingale, which one is this? And then as soon as I punched it in, I was like, yes.
Yeah. So this was, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 years ago. We saw this at Game Awards, like the first trailer for it, and I've been kind of following it ever since. We've got more info from new trailers since then that shows that this is, okay, so it's got like a sort of Victorian feel to it, at least the characters. It's your almost like Skyrim with the magic in the hands and your axe in your other hand, except also with guns. And I like that kind of like, your huge like flintlock revolvers versus magic and swords and stuff like that. Kind of like New World, that RPG that Amazon Studios put out a year or so ago. But that's about as far as that setting goes, because after that, it's all about these portals that'll take you to different worlds. And we saw in the most recent set of trailers that you're going to have some sort of card-based systems. So you like put up 3 cards that build this world on the other side of the portal that you go through. And once you're in there, it's kind of like a survival crafter. You got to bash on the trees and rocks and build your fortress if you want to. But it's also going to have, it almost looks like No Man's Skies style of like animals, new different life forms and stuff like that. And then like some straight up dinosaurs on the other end.
Yeah. That was one of the things that really drew me into it, was the creatures. They're all really, really weird and kind of horrifying creatures throughout these worlds. So, and I think, so now when you put your cards on there, do you think, is it random, like the world that it's going to create or the world that you're going to go to?
I think so. Like it has to be procedurally generated, but it's using those ingredients that are your cards that you choose to put into the portal.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really cool. And then like they were showing like the bases that people build, and they're building like these giant mansions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's right up your alley as far as like those survival building, crafting type games. It looks weird, man. It's probably one of the coolest premises of a game in a long time, where it's like you're just going out there into this unknown world to get supplies to create like this stuff. And yeah, it looks cool. All right, next up for me, April 23rd, we're getting Tales of Kenzera Zhao. Now this is another one. Not even a clue about it until the Game Awards. And we talked about this. This is the game where the guy came up on stage, talked about, this is a game that he's been, working on for a while, and it's because of his father's death, and this is kind of like a gift to his father, and he was really emotional, and I was like, dude, this is really cool. And he said it's about grieving and that sort of thing. So I was like, all right, I let's see what this game is. And then they showed the game, and it's this beautiful Metroidvania 2D side scroller, but like the brightest colors, and it's like Bantu inspired. So it's all like this, just the music and it's so colorful, and like the character, the creatures in the world are so really, really cool. But yeah, his name Abubakar Salim. That's the developer's name, and right away I was like, dude, I love this. And a quote for him from that was, he said, "It's an ode to the people we have loved and lost." And I was like, dude, this is going to be like, it's going to be moving. And then on top of that, like they show this gameplay, and it's fantastic. So, yeah, I'm 100% in for this one come April.
Yeah, I was surprised looking back at the trailer for this one, because the last game that I played like this, we both played Trinity Fusion, probably a few months ago at this point. But it has a lot of, like you said, like the flashy colors, but like excellent animations. That's some of the better that I've seen in a game of that style, that side scrolling. And with that, like the cultural influence that's thrown into this, it just looks like it's going to be different than the same old game you played over and over and over again. Just more to see, more to experience, and I like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I'm very much excited to see like how this is a love letter to his father that passed away. And see, exactly what that story is about, death and life and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's a gorgeous looking game, and yeah, I'm absolutely excited for it.
All right, March 5th, Life by You. So this is probably, it would be called a Sims clone.
Mhm.
But I think it's much more than that. This is something that's going to hopefully light a fire under, is it Maxis that makes
I
Sims
don't
and
even know.
EA?
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's Maxis and EA.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Sims have gotten a little stale. There's stuff that people thought about in like the year 2000 when the first Sims came out, or 2001, somewhere around in there, and said, hey, it would be really cool to have these features. And then you wait Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4, a million expansions in between, and you still don't get some of those features. And this is the game that seems like it's going to add some of those things that the community of Sims players has wanted for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, everything I've seen, this is just going to be a legit Sims killer. Like, there's no going back to Sims after you've played this, if it can do everything it says it's going to do. Where
Right.
you're playing with multiple people at the same time. And then, like, they said it's designed to be the most moddable and open life sim game ever made. So, like, they want you in there modding it, doing, like, it's going to be insane. Like, I cannot wait to see videos of gameplay of this game, because it's going to be weird. It's going to be real weird. But I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just more of what people ask for, because the Sims, they notoriously just like try to lock it down as much as possible so that they can sell you every little change to the game.
Yeah, you want
And
pets?
after so long, it's annoying.
Give me $1. You want Halloween? Give me $1.
Like, yeah, if you want everything, you're gonna have to spend hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars by the time all these different packs come out for each individual Sims.
Yep. Yeah, this one's crazy. This is another one where it's like, okay, they're making some pretty bold claims here, but if they could pull it off, like, this is gonna change. It's gonna change the game as far as these life sim games go. So it'll be interesting. All right, and then my last one, and probably most anticipated game of 2024, Black Myth Wukong comes out August 20th. This is an action role-playing game. It's a Souls-like, based in Chinese mythology. It's based on the novel Journey to the West. So it's all this, it's made by a Chinese company, and it's all this Chinese mythology. Now, there was a lot of early controversy a few years ago with the developer Game Science, in that it's a very sexist work environment, and there was sexist recruiting. It was very much against females and stuff like that. It was really disgusting stuff that they put out. Since then, they seem to have cleaned up the shop. I don't know. We're not hearing anything more about the developer there, so I'm hoping that means like they got their shit together. Because I really want to love this game. It looks amazing. Probably the best looking game that I've seen. Like, this, to me, is true, like, next gen. This is, when I look at the trailers, I'm like, holy shit, this game looks phenomenal. And then on top of that, like, the character design, every single creature and character in this, even the main character, the monkey man, like, looks awesome. It looks so creative, so, like, visually, like, stunning and weird. And then same thing with, like, the bosses. Like, these bosses are, like, huge and, like, really cool looking. And then the more I'm watching, this music is, like, playing, like, this Chinese music, and it seems like so epic. And I'm just like, I'm so excited to get in this world and just live there for like a few weeks. I'm really, really hoping that this game is as good as it's built up in my head. But we'll see.
I'm hoping it's good, and I think that it might be like a game-changing game for for Chinese developers. And I actually looked into this because I was wondering, why haven't we seen like a lot of AAA games? If Chinese developers are capable of this coming out, why haven't we seen more of that in the past? And it turns out they had like a console ban that only ended like 8 years ago. So I think we're going to see more AAA development out of China. I don't think it all has to be so culturally influenced by China, but it's great if it is, because that being such a big factor in this, like you said, the bosses look amazing, and I think they're all like Chinese mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like they could rival Elden Ring bosses.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what I'm most hopeful for, is that this is like the next big like Souls-like that really does it right, you know? It's my birthday is right around the release date, so happy birthday to me. I'm gonna be hopefully in there, bopping people in the head as a monkey man with a stick.
Very nice.
All right.
And so where'd that get us? August. So I think that's the latest release on the list between the two of us. Mine only goes to March 26th with South Park Snow Day.
Okay. Snow Day, baby.
Yeah, and we were talking when we first saw the trailers about this, about what kind of game it's going to be. A new trailer just came out like last week, and I still don't 100% know.
Yeah, I had to like really look at a lot of different videos to get a better idea of what this game is. Because that was like the first thing that I was like, what even is this game?
Yeah, I figured that it was kind of going to be in the MOBA style, like your League of Legends and something like that, where you're going to have points around the map and you got to go to their fight at the tower, try to take ground.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look like it's quite that. There's some sort of card system involved in this as well.
There is, and everything that I've seen right now states that this is just a 4-player co-op game. So there doesn't seem to be a PvP element to this, which can't possibly be, unless that's something they're going to add later. Because the whole point in a game like this, to me, is to have, that player versus player element to it. But right now, it just seems to be a co-op game that you are, trying to, win the game or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a little confusing because I don't know that the last few South Park games, the like 2 big ones, were multiplayer at all. So you're always playing the new kid, and you do your create a character, and then it's like everybody else in the game is one of the South Park characters. And from the trailer, it seems like once again you're the new kid. So I don't know if there would be like other new kids or how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know either. But like, to me, I'm not, after watching like a bunch, I'm not completely sold on this because it seems very much one note. But that being said, the 2 previous RPGs surprised the hell out of me, and those were amazing games, also created by THQ Nordic, I believe. So I'm ready to be surprised again, because like it looks funny. Like when I was looking at like the abilities that they have, there was like a fart escape where you have to fart and it like launches you out of the area. And yeah, it looks like it could be fun. But that being said, I don't know what this gameplay is, We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see some gameplay footage. I'm also kind of worried about the game itself, like the lore coming from South Park, because the last 2 had a lot of time and all the seasons of the show to sort of build on top of and make reference to, and even had some of their own stuff new to the game. What I'm worried about is for the past like 5 years, maybe a little less than that, South Park has existed on like one streaming platform, and then all these other special movies, I guess, or like short movies have existed on a completely different streaming platform. So I'm wondering, do you have to be caught up on all of your different specials and the seasons of the show and everything else to get some of the references going on in the game?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, we'll see what this game even is. March 26th, that's not far out either. So hopefully we'll get some more trailers, get an idea of what the gameplay is. But like I said, the first 2 games, I was shocked at how good those role-playing games were. They were so much fun. So yeah, we'll see. Now I know we added a couple honorable mentions here. Let me go through my few honorable mentions that almost made the cut, but like it was like right up to the last minute. So first up, Pacific Drive. Now this comes out February 22nd, and it is a first-person game where you are driving a car and through the Pacific Northwest, and there's these supernatural forces trying to stop you from doing whatever you're doing. I don't know what that is. But like the gist of the game is that you're scavenging for material to upgrade your car, to armor it, to fix it, so you can continue to do these journeys. And the gameplay hook sounds really cool. And we've never had one where the car is basically the main character of this game. You know, you have to protect the car so you can keep going out, and it's a driving game, and it sounds kind of like maybe like a roguelike adventure. I don't even know, but like I'm super stoked to see what this game is.
Right, and that gives me so many vibes of Mad Max. So
Yes.
Mad Max, Ghostbusters, this feels like an awesome game that's going to come out.
Yeah.
And a game that really does something different.
Mhm.
We see so many games that are all the damn same these days.
Mm-hmm.
This looks awesome. I want to see more.
Yeah. I thought you would be down with this one as well, you know, because it's got that whole take it to the garage and fix it up and like do this stuff on top of that. So, and then another one, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. This is another one from Don't Nod. It's basically, these are the people that did Life is Strange, and it looks like Life is Strange meets like, I don't know, Yellow Jackets or Paper Girls, where like the story starts in 1995 and then something happens. And then you fast forward 27 years later, and these people haven't talked at all, but like they're back together again after 27 years, and that's all we know. But like just the credentials of this studio and the way this game looked had me like really psyched for it. So we'll see. There's no release date for that one yet. And then The Plucky Squire has been one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Again, still no release date, but this one has got that little character, Jot. He's a storybook character, and he jumps from the pages of the storybook in and out from his 2D world to a 3-dimensional world like our world. And it changes the way that the game is played and all this stuff. So that one, ever since I saw that first mechanic, I was like, this looks super cute and super cool, and I'm excited for it. But again, we haven't had much new information, so hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think people who like the Little Big Planet, things like that, will be into that game.
Yeah, it looks absolutely, for sure.
My honorable mentions, I snuck one in on you here. Beer Factory, coming January 10th to Steam.
Dude,
have you seen anything about this?
I saw it like right before we started recording, and I was like, this is another one of them shitty sim games, isn't it? And then I saw it from Playway, and I was like, take my money! Like, dude, if it's House Flipper, but beer, oh my god, dude, I'm so excited. Yes, this would have absolutely made my list.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, you have to get the forklift out, become a certified forklift driver, I'm sure.
Yep.
Get your pallets of hops, put them on the conveyor belts, build your storage. It shows them like bolting it into the ground. Just looks awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there a release date for this?
January 10th. It's right around the corner.
Oh, shit. That's in like 2 weeks. Yes. Yep. Oh, man. I'm excited.
Yep. After that, to be announced, Pal World. I remember seeing this.
Yes.
It looks like they might have cleaned it up a little bit, made this look a little bit better than it used to, because it used to look like a blatant ripoff of Pokemon with guns. And now it looks like a more fleshed out Pokemon with guns.
Dude, I was looking at this today because I was like, okay, this is a dope game. And this, I'm getting so many vibes of like, is this real? Like, it's the grand plans that they have on the Steam listing are talking like all the shit you can do where like you hunt the Pokemon and then you could put them to work in like your sweatshops. You could eat them.
Yes.
You could like, dude, all this crazy stuff. You have them building your farm and taking care of your farm for you. And it's like, I'm gonna wait and see if this is legit because it looks like it's promising things that, I mean, it should be doable. I don't know. But yeah, just with Pokemon.
No, I feel it because like 6 months ago, seeing earlier versions of this, I thought this is going to get shut down by Pokemon so quick. They're just going to obliterate the company that made whatever this is supposed to be. But it's looking more like they've really diversified. It's different, same vein as Pokemon, but definitely no copyright infringement from what I can see.
Yes,
but
I mean, this one you're out there like with machine guns, like blasting them, like Monster Hunter style. But then I did see, I swear I saw in one of the trailers, like someone throw a little ball out there. So I don't know. But yeah, this one, I can't wait to see if this is legit, because it's going to be amazing if it is.
Yeah. And last, still to be announced, but sometime in 2024, Funko Fusion. Yeah, this was the one where you are playing, I guess, as the Funko Pop dolls.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because I think the market has kind of crashed on this. I was seeing something from somebody who runs like a game store and was buying and selling Funko Pops, and they lost like $18,000 on their investment.
I believe it.
Yeah, so it's apparently crashed. I wonder if this will give it a little bit of a jump start, or I don't know. I mean, it's a strange market. It's like, is it the next Beanie Baby, or are we going to see a little bit of a comeback here?
Yeah, if anything, this is... So I'm hoping that the gameplay, because we haven't seen any of that, I'm hoping that it's like Lego, like the Lego games, because those are so fun. And just the fact that you could play as all these NBC Universal characters, you know, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, like Stranger Things. I don't remember who else is in there. But like right there, that's a recipe for success, regardless of what it's based on, Funko or not. Because then you could like, yeah, they're adding all sorts of new, I mean, data packs or whatever you want to add to it to play as more things. And if it has like, if it's gonna bring certain like if I'm playing as like Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park and it's got the similar like vibes to Jurassic Park, it's gonna be awesome. Like I don't know what to even expect, but like if it's like the Lego games at all, I think it'll do just fine. You know, there's a definitely we haven't had a really good Lego game in a long time. They've really kind of become something bigger. They thought like, all right, we got enough of this simple gameplay. Let's try to make something grander. And I miss the simple gameplay of just like breaking everything, collect-a-thon, getting from point A to point B, like, because that was something that I really enjoyed, that mindless, like, I could go through and smash everything in this board, play as, like, whatever little tiny minifig that I want, and then go through. And I'm hopeful that this is the same with Funko Pop characters, you know? But,
yeah, what those Lego games do well a lot of the times is it's kind of like a light retelling of the story, like Jurassic Park or Harry Potter, with a lot of, like, their cheeky brand of humor thrown in there, and that is evident in the trailer. Yeah, like you said, I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like, but maybe it'll be like jumping between those worlds. You're in Umbrella Academy as those characters, and then maybe there's like an overworld where you can be whoever you want.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like that sounds super fun. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we get some more information on that soon, because I completely forgot about it until I saw your list, and I was like, oh shit, like it was out of my mind completely. But hopefully that, you know, we'll see it this year. I can't imagine it's too, you know, intensive to create this world. So I'm assuming that we should probably see it this year. All right, there you have it, folks. Our most anticipated games of 2024. And like FullClip said, this list might change, you know, 6 months in the future when we get another idea of what's going to be delayed, what's going to be coming out that we don't know of. Who knows? You know, maybe we'll get another Skull and Bones delay, kick it out to the fall, or maybe 2025. We'll see. But yeah, thanks so much for checking out this special episode of Gaming News Weekly. We'll be back to the regular thing next week. I don't know. We'll see. It's all fluid right now. You know, we just got to see where the news is and where it's taking us, you know? You got anything you want to say before we sign off on this?
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. It's 2024. Let's go out and do great things and play some great games that are off time.
I love it. Cheers to that. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys talking video games sometime in the near future. Make sure you check us out on our socials, Instagram, TikTok, where you'll find a bunch of cool shit. Audio version of this show, anywhere podcasts are found, You can check out the video version at Fruit Lab. It's a great website where you can earn cryptocurrency for watching videos, playing games, and posting clips, all this stuff. And then our YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is where you will find this show. You can also check out GameFAQs, GameFAX. That's where FullClip's going to be hopefully posting some of that GTA role-playing game footage soon. I'm counting on it, dude. See, I put it out there to make you forced to work on it. Or, hopefully, in a couple weeks, some of that beer maker.
Beer factory.
Yeah. I'm psyched for that. All right. Let's get out of here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Gaming News Weekly.